Let's get some occasional Magneto play in. Magneto is a very consistent pick on tank. Usually when you have no other tank, it's always good to either pick Magneto or Doctor Strange, since they are usually the best at like controlling most of the areas, as they are like kind of referred to as main tanks. Very good for spam as well, keeping your free supports alive. Additionally, I have a bubble for my Wolverine, and I see the first thing I see is that we're not gonna be very great at spamming, just because we have triple support. So the opponent is gonna have way more pressure than we do. So it's much better to play for opportunities with high burst. That's kind of the first thing I need to identify. Next up, I'm gonna look at the opponent's team composition. Break this thing here. It's always good to do, to see if they're there or not. They instantly occupy the area on point. They take the space. Not a lot I can do about it. Now we have to play for poke. Good thing is, it's hard for them to invade our area, which is completely alright. Just gonna poke them out for a bit here. Can't really do anything else. We can tell our team to engage with them. Unfortunately, our Iron Man instantly against entry pick. Nothing we can really do about it, to be honest. Can maybe go for like a pick on the guy. If we can't, then that's kind of alright. And so be it. We play for these opportunities, and that's all we can do. Unfortunately, we got entry picked early in the fight with our Iron Man getting entry picked. So not a lot we can do about it necessarily, so we're just gonna regroup. We have double support now, no more triple support, people came to realize. I think we had it in the beginning as well. It's kind of my bad, but yeah. Not a lot you can do about that. It's very important not to walk into the Groot traps and to kind of play on a bit of either decent range or very close. So yeah. These people, man, don't know why, but I feel like they're always just so extremely angry for no reason. Even though it's kind of his fault for not destroying it. Pretty unfortunate that our supports are flanking here. Not a lot I can do about it. We're just gonna regroup. In the end of the day, you only 1/6 of people in a team. So it's okay to lose fights. A lot of people don't get that. We just have to keep in mind that they used Moon Knight ult, okay? They can't use it to keep us in the choke. We need to think about what we should use our ult for. Maybe the Hawkeye ult would be a good ult to use against, or my ult would be good to use against the Hawkeye ult. We unfortunately end up getting entry picked again. Not specifically our fault, in my opinion. Positioning wise, maybe you can try to be less oppressed there, but overall it's completely fine. We should be winning this fight. The opponent is playing into our LOS. They should be getting punished for it. Out of 10 situations out of 100, it will end up being in their favor rather than ours, but usually the odds are in your favor, so that's all you have to play for. An example here, I don't want to peek into their LOS. I want to give our team a chance to play in our LOS here. So I'm not going to over peek here.
Play on point, play on point.
Yep, I'm going to tell my team to play on point here. I don't want to over peek into this. As it does nothing, I already have my ult. So over peeking into this actually does absolutely nothing. It's much better to keep my shield for opportunities like this. To bubble him off and to maybe shield off his resources afterwards when he gets pulled in with our Wolverine here. See, my Wolverine wants to go and he's back out. We're down a player, so we kind of have to be playing super slow. We keep our ultimate for the ultimate of the Legolas. The Legolas ultimate is coming in, so now we're gonna use it. Pretty good ultimate here, gets an easy entry pick. And now we want to try to help our Wolverine here with a shield. Quick shield. Need to destroy this thing. And now we have all opportunities. Give a bubble to our Wolverine when he's jumping in. Pretty easy. Give him all the opportunities. And now we go back. Again, we want to occupy this area. This forces the opponents to walk close. They cannot have a long range angle because our Wolverine always gets the chance to grab him in. If I would over peek into this, my Wolverine would have to play somewhere here. And that's just way too far up. The percentages are ticking in our favor. So there's no real reason to overextend here. If my Hanzo should randomly get entry picked or my Wolverine, that is not our fault and it's not my concern. We have to keep in mind they have Groot ult now. Therefore I can keep some of my abilities for it. We should definitely kite right here. Give a bubble to the Hanzo who is isolated and who lets himself get isolated. Right, not a lot you can do about it. We also use our ultimate here so we can keep fighting. Pretty free. Good thing is and bad thing at the same time. They don't use Groot ult, so they're gonna have it for the next point. As you know, in a King of the Hill format on this kind of game, you actually keep the ultimate on coming into the next point. Pretty interesting that is the thing, though. It makes the fights a lot more game sense heavy than mechanically heavy, which is pretty good in my opinion. getting rewarded for a good idea on how to use your ability the best is very, very nice feeling compared to just being purely mechanically rewarded for plays. Overwatch doesn't have enough CC. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious that Overwatch doesn't have that much CC anymore. They did change it, everyone was complaining about it. I think a little bit of CC is fun to use and fun to outplay as well. Getting stunned obviously is annoying, but that's kind of how it goes in any game, I feel like. A lot of games have CC. Yeah, here, this is a very similar map structure. We do have a Legolas now, or Hawkeye, I need to call him Hawkeye. He's gonna be pressuring in main, at least I believe. He's gonna go top, okay, never mind. But we are gonna walk up in main. We wanna wait here until they have an angle, until everyone is peeking. Then we walk. So we were gonna wait here for a few seconds. Now we walk up. We see our team is occupying the high ground from the opponent. So very important is that we want to play in the open. We want to play as far range away from the Groot as possible. And we always want to have that. Therefore, we give an additional angle for our DPS to play with, because they are less suppressed, because I forced 2 tanks LOS on me, so my team can clear the high ground much easier. If I was taking too much damage in that situation, I would only end up forcing the resources that would be invested into taking the high ground. So my supports would have to look at me instead of looking at the opponent high ground, which is way more important to take than healing me on point there. So I have to play really, really safe and really slowly for us to make sure that we get that space across. Now they go switch to Adam, which is pretty good for us. We're gonna be playing a bit slow here. We're gonna give a bubble to him, because he's gonna get... He did get ulted, but yeah, that was a pretty poor ultimate, if I might say so. They use their link up. Whenever you use link up, you have to be a bit patient here. Oh, what? Oh my god, I had the lag. Guys, I have every 10 to 15 minutes I have a lag. I did not throw that. That's literally lag fault. That's crazy though, that in 15 minutes that's how it is. Yeah, we're gonna use our cloak ult, so maybe we can win. But pretty unfortunate so far. Good thing is they use their own ultimate. Definitely a game losing lag right there. Usually you should keep your ultimate right there a bit longer up. The more damage they do into it, the larger and stronger it gets, right? So therefore it does more damage, then you can get an easy entry pick in that situation. I had the opportunity for it, unfortunately the game didn't want me to use the rock a bit later, so it kinda lagged and threw it immediately. As I said, I have like a huge internet issue ever since a lot of people in my chat, they know it. You guys will not know it on YouTube if you watch this, or if you watch me for the first time. But it's fine, don't want to complain anymore. We're gonna walk up now, our ultimate is going in, we're gonna give a bubble to him. We see they use ultimate here, we also use ultimate so we can keep pushing. We should probably go for the Adam here. He uses link up, so he's gonna be very almost immortal. So we have to be a bit careful here. We're gonna shield off the opponent's heals and the resources from the opponent. And now we can go for the Adam, maybe get a pick on him, maybe not, would be optimal. So he's gonna use his ability. We're gonna try to help against the opponent here. Ultimately, we're gonna try to fight on point here, of course. We get the Mantis out, and now we can take the space. We should be very careful here. We're up a player. We're gonna give a bubble to our Moon Knight. Yes, he's gonna get an easy entry pick over here for us. And now we're just gonna shield. We don't have to do anything else here. All we have to do is just slowly walk up. Because they're still down 2 players. Our Moon Knight has a great off angle here, so we're gonna put much more pressure onto the Doctor Strange. We see that we're not gonna get more, so now we're just gonna get out. We're gonna wait our ability here. Our Moon Knight overextends, but of course it's kind of normal for him to do that. So now we're just gonna wait. We need to keep in mind they have Doctor Strange ultimate, so we have to be a bit scared, you know. Give a bubble to our friend here, who's a bit like contested, I would say. Now we use our rock again, because they use their... Oh, what am I doing? Okay, that is actually not the lag's fault. That's completely my fault. So yeah, kind of fucked up. Oh no, man. No! Use the Mantis ult. Okay, whenever we use ultimate in this situation, we have to first kill the squishies. That is important. That's the most important thing in that situation. Give a bubble to our squishies and help kill the squishies. Now we're just gonna shield a bit. And now we can go for the Mantis. Go for the Eye of Agamotto. Give a shield to our Mantis here, help him survive in that situation. And now we win this fight, but what a mess. I mean, terrible ultimate by me twice. One because of the internet, the other one definitely because of me. I felt like that was a bit unlucky. I don't know if you can throw it into that room though. That's like, of course, because the game is new, I don't know every interaction, but apparently you cannot throw it into the room, so you should instead throw it at a tank in that situation probably. It's still a good ultimate, it stalls us to Hawkeye. You have to keep in mind, using ultimate when the opponent walks in with Magneto is really good, because you split the opponent, because all the projectile heals get sucked into the ultimate of Magneto, right? So that is also an additional value you can consider when you use ultimate, right? When you think about using it. So it wasn't totally worthless, but of course it's not as satisfying as getting a kill with it. But we had the opportunity for it, and when we play and when we learn about the game, we always want to play for maximum opportunities. That's the most important thing when we play.